right. Luke, we are so excited to have you on the podcast tonight. And to all of our listeners this evening, we are so excited to welcome Luke Desmond, Vice President with Weber's Brand. Luke, how are you?
Good. How are you, Emily? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being here. I know we were supposed to be in person, but all good things.
Yeah, Buffalo weather, of course.
Buffalo weather, you got to love the snow machine.
Yeah.
Well, how would you like to tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I guess some fun facts about me. I did not come from a business background. Business was always my backup plan with my family, but I actually went to University of Buffalo, studied biology. Actually went the physician assistant route for a little bit. Studied as a medical scribe for 2 years in an urgent care setting, documented over 15,000 patients,
Oh my gosh.
and actually got into a PA program, which I was given a 1 week decision time frame and chose not to go. I
Oh,
actually chose the backup plan, going into the family business, and yeah, now 2.5 years later, this is where I am, and it's been working out great.
that's awesome. Well, Weber's is such a beloved brand here in Buffalo. We
It
absolutely
is.
love it.
It's one of those nostalgic brands that every Buffalonian knows and loves,
Yeah.
and people take it to vacations all across the world when they go on cruises, and even to Europe. We get stories of people traveling with a jar of mustard on hand. There's so many buffalo transplants all across the country that they take their food and beloved condiments with them and share with their friends and family.
Yeah, we take food so seriously here. Like it's
We
a thing.
do, we do. We pack a punch with our food here.
We do. Well, speaking of which, we like to do a little icebreaker question. And
Okay.
Buffalo Bills fan?
Huge Buffalo Bills fan.
All right.
Yes.
So what's your drink of choice when you're tailgating? Like, do you have a superstition drink? Does it vary each week? What's your beverage you drinking?
All of my friends are beer drinkers, but I'm a little bit more fancy, high
All right.
tune. I like old fashions. That's my drink of
Um,
choice.
all right. So, what kind of whiskey?
I actually don't have a preference.
Okay.
There's a bunch of good ones out there, but I actually think it comes way more down to the high end bitters, the sweetness and the citrus that you put in them. That's what it does for me.
All right. Well, you are speaking producer Ken's language, Luke. All right, Ken, what are you drinking?
Oh, I do love an old fashioned, but tailgate, I'm a beer guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with a beer on a tailgate day.
No, and we usually change it up a little bit too. Rohrbach Scotch Ale usually have, if we're at the stadium, we're drinking a few blues, but usually rotate through them.
Awesome.
Yeah. And for me, so a couple different things. I like to make a cocktail of the day each week. It always features Josh Prosecco, just because, well, Josh.
That's awesome. I love that.
And then I'm a wine drinker, so I'm going in with the Josh Sauvignon Blanc as well. So it's got to be there. But well, thank you we just love to hear what people do. We think food is a great connector.
Oh, food is one of my top things in the world. I
Yeah.
love the outdoors. I love traveling, but food is up there. I mean, you gotta have food to survive, but you might as well eat to have fun.
That's right. That's right. All right. Tell us about Weber's. Tell us about the brand, how it got started, all about the great things about what. And one thing I will say is it's truly a staple. Like if you come to a tailgate in my house, you're going to find horseradish mustard on the table. But tell us about the brand, how it got started.
Yeah, so we are entering 104th year right now. We were started in
Amazing.
1922, and we have probably what I like to say is almost a longer history than 104 years. My great grandfather who started the company, he was a Weber. I'm a Desmond. It was down my mom's side of lineage, and he was born in 1900 in Austria. His father brought him over into the U.S. for work in 1907. And as a 22-year-old, he just started the business on his own in the Broadway market in downtown Buffalo. From there, he scaled up through the 30s and 40s He had over 50 employees. He had 8 custom delivery trucks. He had over 80 products. And Weber's was booming back then. That's what we like to call our heyday.
Yeah.
And later in the 1960s, we start to see some documentation where sales were actually beginning to drop just a little bit. And it's an interesting point in time because that's when massive retail markets started coming into play. Not necessarily, probably like Wegmans, Tops, and other retail chains, bringing in way more competition with products. That mom and pop deli feel of local was starting to dissipate slowly. And then suddenly, right after that, in 1974, my great grandfather had a stroke as a 74-year-old.
Oh my gosh.
So the last 10 years of his lifespan, he spent all of the company's assets on 24/7 medical care around the clock. In that time period, everything was left. Products were being discontinued. Management was going under. Employees were leaving. And he finally passed away in 1984. And during that exact same time period in the mid 80s, his wife passed away and his only child passed away, his only daughter. So weird twist of fate. The company was left to my mom and my aunt, 50-50 split when they were in their mid-teens. My mom was 15, my aunt was 14. And what you got to do with a company as a young teenager in the 80s. So the company was just held like that for the next 10 to 15 years. My parents came into the business in 1997 and really, really brought it back to what it is today. They came into a 4-floor manufacturing building in 1997 that was basically crumbling around them. There were only 3 employees left. There were only 3 products left, and one of them was discontinued quickly after that. It was a very, very weird time. But with virtually 23 years of no management, it's unbelievable that the local community actually kept us going somehow.
Yeah. That's incredible. Well, the power of Buffalo, right? Like, and loving a product for sure.
Yeah.
That's what an incredible like backstory. You would never know that just by, the presence that you have today. How many products do you currently have?
Today we have 13.
Wow.
So we have different varieties of mustards. The horseradish mustard, that's about 80% of our business.
Yeah.
Past that, we have different varieties of mustards. We have different relishes, Greek peppercini, and giardiniera.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cool. And I think too, for people who have never been here, and know the Buffalo area, so the Broadway market is such a cool place to get started because it's a lot of different vendors who come in specifically around, it's big around the Easter time. It's probably
Today it's massive around Easter. Back then, that was how everyone did their everyday grocery shopping. There weren't grocery stores around. It was basically your average city market like today. Like Seattle, Washington has, I think, the Reading market. Philadelphia has their own market. And the Broadway market, that was the city market. There were hundreds of vendors. That's how companies first started up. They did food shows, massive displays of products in glass jars, metal caps. I mean, it's unlike anything that they do today. And it was bustling.
Yeah. It's so cool to think about what it must have been like, because I mean, you go now and it's still so busy, but to think about that was like the main source of groceries and where people would go to, not a Wegmans, not a Tops, Whole Foods, but to these local markets.
Oh, it's probably so energetic. It's almost like seeing friends and family at church every Sunday. I bet you people just shop together too. And we have some really classic old photos of the jars and displays back then at the Broadway Market and the Sattler building in the early 30s.
Oh, okay.
And to see even not only from the difference in branding and the jar appeal, but even the difference in pricing. Like a jar of Weber's today, 16 ounces is $3.99 at Wegmans.
Yeah.
And back then they were 7 cents, 9 cents. I mean, it's crazy to see the difference in times.
That's so cool. It is fun when you look back, and I hopefully, so we were supposed to be together today on site, but, like we said, the snow machine, so we would love to come visit and see some of those old photos at some point
Oh
with the
yeah, we'll
snow
definitely have
machine.
to have you in. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so cool. Well, I'm curious, you definitely didn't start down the path of joining the family business. What's that like? What for you personally, what's it like to be joining the organization now?
It's special. It's definitely different than a lot of other people when they go into any sort of business.
Yeah,
I mean, I have so many memories of even going back to when I was 7, 8 years old, when with my older brother working half days. We get paid $30 a day to just mess around in the manufacturing facility. We stack boxes on pallets like thrones and just sit there, and the employees would mess around with us, shooting rubber bands across the room at us. But I have so many memories like that. But then you also have the memories of your parents coming home and arguing and really struggling with the
yeah,
business and small business world. So you get kind of both sides. I worked the food shows and everything all throughout my early teens into high school, summer help and everything. So you get to have a whole historical presence in the family business. And up until when I actually talked to my parents about coming into the business full time, for a couple of years, they were actually thinking if none of the kids want the business, they were actually thinking of possibly selling it down the next 5, 8 years. Because I mean, who do you pass it on to at that point?
right.
If family's not taking it on, you might as well pass it on to someone that's really going to take ownership of the business and really try and push it and grow it.
Yep.
But so at least continuing my family's heritage in the business, that's
Uh,
probably the most meaningful and powerful thing. And my mom gets all gooey about this too, because my great grandfather, he was born in 1900 and I was born in 2000, and he started as a 22-year-old, and I started full time or 2 weeks before I turned 23. So I'm almost following in his exact same footsteps. Now, I'm in an established brand, so it's a much different mode of transportation. I couldn't even imagine what he had to go through, but yeah, it's pretty incredible.
Yeah, well, I would say and something that you said that I absolutely love there, it sounds like your parents were very transparent about how challenging it is to run a business, and I think that's really important. Being an entrepreneur, even in an established business, when you own it, there's tough days. Like, there's
Oh,
challenging days.
it can be very difficult at times. You feel like you can make a lot of right decisions, and the company can be booming, and then you feel like one thing slips, and then you just start falling down a ladder based on the economy, the local perception of your company, price increases across the board in transportation, raw materials, labor. Um, yeah, there's a lot of things that go into running a business that a lot of people don't really understand.
Yep. Yeah, and it's pivoting so much right now. So, how are you like evolving? How are you keeping up? I know when we had our quick intro call there, we talked about social media and just even being able to keep up with social media now because you have to have a brand presence. So, how do you see yourself evolving as a company in 2026?
Well, yeah, that's the biggest thing that I took upon myself when I first started coming into the business.
Yeah.
For years, I knew the manufacturing side. I knew nothing about the office side. At least with a science background, I took a lot of math courses and
Yeah.
science courses, and it's all about data analyzation, finding a problem, using critical thinking, and solving it. So I felt like I had a good background going into the business like that. My dad gave me no direction when I first came in. He said, look at the numbers and start from scratch. I spent the first 3 days in the company just analyzing data,
Yeah.
see what I could maybe do. And the fourth day was kind of a whim, but I called New York Chips. New York Chips does local
Yeah.
collaboration products with a couple other companies, and they're all New York State grown potatoes, locally made, and they do chips. And I called them, and within 6 months, we signed a chip collaboration product to start up Weber's mustard chips. And that's in Wegmans, that's in Tops, all across the area, and pushing out even further. And so that was my week one success story. Pretty lucky stuff. But it's a different time today, because when my great grandfather started the business, I think it was way more done on foot.
Yeah.
Traveling to every single place, handing them a jar of mustard and letting them taste it. Today, you can still do that, but there's a whole network of information online, internet, social media, website, e-commerce, and business is just done differently today. When my parents came into the business in '97, the employees that were still there, it was like the Stone Age. They were gluing boxes shut with Elmer's glue.
Oh my gosh.
They had no tape machine. They were hand jarring the product, hand labeling the jars, hand capping the jars, and they were working over their weekly hours. They were working on weekends just to push out the product. They were losing money because they weren't increasing the product costs and pricing levels. Like it just, and because there was no management for so many years. So today I have a lot more line of a direction. I grew up in a world of social media and websites, and so that kind of comes secondhand with today's generations. So I took it upon myself to rebuild our website, rebuild the e-commerce side, start up social media pages across a whole slew of networks, and really start actually getting down and connecting with our consumers and fans. And it's actually been a really cool thing.
Yeah, for sure. I can't imagine hand gluing those boxes. Like the inefficiencies there.
Well, back then too, it wasn't. Today it's 12 jars in a case, and they're plastic. Back then it was 24 jars to a case, and they were glass. So like a whole case was 50 pounds. My mom had so many stories that her parents and her grandparents wanted them to take Christmas gifts to all of her teachers at school. Imagine as like a 10-year-old carrying a 50-pound case of glass jars with mustard in them to school just to hand out. I mean, you just don't do that.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I didn't ask how big is the facility in Buffalo?
It's 12,000 square feet.
Oh wow, okay.
And guess how many employees we have?
100?
7.
You have 7 employees.
7 employees.
Oh my gosh. And how much product do you manufacture in a year?
We do about under 500,000 jars.
7 of you.
Yeah. We like to say it's small town, small family, but it's very efficient processes. We don't have mess ups. We don't have screw ups, and we have a really good staff. We've had 3 employees last the last 15 plus years with us. One is actually soon to retire. He's coming up on almost 30 years with us, and so it's the power of them. It's very efficient. It works well. But yeah, a lot of people think that, like, they drive up to our building, they enter, and they ask us, like, is everything done here? Or is this just the Buffalo division? And we're like, no, this is everything. Like, so and that's the pride that we have in our brand. Our brand is seen as much larger and out of this world than it really is. But at the end of the day, mustard does move a lot slower than chocolate. So
I think the other thing that I think of when you say that is the culture that your organization must have, because you've got a high retention rate, but to be able to be that efficient, like that's a positive culture to walk into every day.
Oh yeah, it's huge. I mean, without them, we couldn't do what we've been doing for years. So it's props to them. And the 3 employees that were left when my parents came in '97, 2 of them have been working there since the mid to late 50s.
Oh my gosh.
The one guy, and there's another side story, that none of the recipes were written down. So there was only 2 people left in the world that actually knew what the recipe was of Weber's mustard. And Granted, they were still alive, so
Yeah.
we got them back. But the one guy was mixing Weber's mustard every single day for 50 years of his life. And he's virtually the guy that kept the business going. So we actually dedicated our new building that we moved into in 2002 to him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's unreal stuff.
That's amazing. I hope you have it under lock and key now.
Yeah, I think only 3 or 4 people know. But
Well, have you come out with any new flavor? I saw that you're coming out with like a couple new flavors, right?
yeah, so we haven't come out with anything new recently.
Okay.
Back in the mid to late 2000s, my dad actually came out with our hot garlic mustard,
Mhm.
jalapeno, and our honey horseradish mustard. A lot of people think they're brand new right now just because we're actually marketing them. We're pushing
Yeah.
them out to the public a little bit better. Actually, a lot of the local independent retailers have actually been taking it for over a decade. So really only like the super fans of Weber's would know it. But Tops, I signed a partnership with Tops to actually take on 5 new products over this past summer. So they're taking our garlic, jalapeno, honey horseradish mustards, our classy yellow mustard, and even the dill pickle relish. And they've taken it in 35 stores, and it's been great. And we really want to just keep on sweeping across the state
Yeah.
with all of our products, not just the Weber's mustard. We want to showcase how powerful our brand is and how great all of our products are.
Yeah. And I think one thing that you've done recently is you brought on Buffalo Joe, which I think is great. So Joe Andreessen from the Bills, and that's got to be a great marketing. I think also you market with the Bisons and Salins, correct?
Yeah, yeah. So the Buffalo Bisons, my great grandfather was a lover of baseball. We actually have some really old photographs of him putting outfield signs at the Bison Stadium
Oh,
for
cool.
decades. And we re-signed a deal with them 2 years ago. And it's been wonderful. They have 3 of our products all across the concessions right now, and multiple signs throughout the ballpark. But so that's been a really fun one to
Yeah.
do. And in conjunction with that, we've become huge partners with Salen's Hot Dogs. I mean, the premier premium hot dog of Western New York. And we like to say Buffalo's PB&J is a Salen's hot dog with Weber's mustard on top. So Salen's actually signed us as their official mustard during 716 week. And we did a whole huge 716 day celebration. A bunch of consumers around the area came down for lunch for a free hot dog with Weber's mustard on top. And we really we think we're going to keep on exploding that every single year with the Buffalo Bisons.
Yeah.
And to follow you with you more, the Buffalo Joe
Yeah.
experience has been awesome. He is such a true Buffalonian, like down to earth, really nice guy. And he's energetic. He's young. He's creative. He's actually the one that came up with the idea of having him on the label.
Oh, so cool.
And we got him on the label for the next year on our horseradish mustard, our 16-ounce jar, and it's like a collector's edition.
Yeah.
So you have him pointing up to our logo, Buffalo Joe Andreessen's favorite mustard, and on the back you can actually scan a QR code that takes you to a 2-minute personal message from Buffalo Joe himself. And he's been an absolute delight to work with.
That's so cool. And it's fun that there's cereal out there for those guys, and there's different
Yeah.
things. And I love that he's partnering with a Buffalo-born organization, like a Buffalo-born business that's survived on, you guys got gritty. Like you're surviving. You're
Oh yeah, and we really think it was like the best person to partner with
Yeah.
possible. He was born in Buffalo. He went to college in Buffalo, and now he's with the Buffalo Bills as a defensive linebacker. And it seems like every single week he's getting better and better. So we really hope he pops off and gets a true opportunity to stand out there on the field. But I mean, man, like that Buffalo grit, that Buffalo mentality with both our company, our brand, and his own brand with Buffalo Joe. I don't think you can do much better than that.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's amazing. I love to see how you're, coming together with organizations like Salins is. I mean, that's a perfect marriage right there.
Oh yeah, I mean, every hot dog needs a condiment, and every condiment needs its hot dog. So, yeah, you can't do much better than that. And they've been wonderful partners. Joe Annunziato of Salins, he's really been teaching me a ton about the business world. We've been doing in-store events together,
Awesome.
down to everything with consumer events at the ballpark. Yeah, it's been a wonderful partnership.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Oh, I was just going to say, how many areas can say, a lot of areas have their staple hot dog that they go to, but how many have a staple hot dog and mustard together that are all manufactured right here?
Not many. I mean, it's pretty impressive because every city basically has their own local brand of meats and delis and hot dogs. Western New York and Buffalo has Salins, Rochester has Weigel's, Syracuse has Hoffman, and you can keep on going down the list. But not every city has their own local, like, number one mustard.
Yeah.
Now, funny story is the National Mustard Museum. Yes, there is a National Mustard Museum.
There is.
Yeah, there is.
I love that.
And they actually hold about 7,000 mustards in the museum.
Wow.
And of course, Weber's is there,
Yeah.
but it's pretty impressive to actually see how many mustards are out there. But yeah, I agree with you there, Ken. I don't think there's many cities that have a standalone hot dog with a standalone mustard, and especially partner together.
Yep. And I have to say, I get a sweet at the Bison's game about twice a year. And, we try to get a sweet and just relax. And I just love the they roll the hot dog bar in and you're like, yes.
Oh yeah.
It's just like that and a beer or a wine. It's just like perfect.
That just takes you back to your childhood days. I mean, that's an experience unlike any other.
Yeah, absolutely. Love it. I love that community. And speaking of community, what are some of the other types of like charities and things that you work with in the community?
Yeah, so we don't do a lot of local community stuff,
Yeah.
just because we've actually honed in on one donation
Okay.
for the last 15 years or so. My older brother, Francis, he actually has Duchenne muscular dystrophy and autism. So he needs 24/7 medical care all the time. My mom is a stay-at-home mom, and to her point, like, she's basically been a saint at his side his whole life. He's basically my hero too. So
Aw.
it's our main contribution has always been to research contributions for Duchenne muscular dystrophy. So on many of our jars, we actually write a life with a purpose on our jar, a Facebook page for him. My dad and him came out with a book. My dad was a professional photographer in Western New York, and he, with his autism and Duchenne muscular dystrophy, he couldn't do a lot of sports or anything, but he was always amazing at art. And so they combined their art and photography and made a family book out of it. And all the contributions go to PPMD, Parent Project Muscular Dystrophy. And Weber's came out with a 3-pack, I think in 2017. And every sale donates a portion of the proceeds to PPMD as well. So that's our main beneficiary.
No, I love that. And I love that you look up to your brother. He's your hero.
Oh yeah, like we did everything together growing up. He's from video games to like everything we did together. So yeah, I still go. I just moved out actually. I got married in August, so
Oh,
I'm not at
congratulations.
home with him anymore. But I still spend every full Friday with him. So he's awesome.
Oh, that's great. Well, congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
How's married life treating you?
Good, good. It started with a 1 month long honeymoon.
Oh,
Try telling your dad, who's your boss, that you're gonna take a month long honeymoon and get off from work.
where did you go?
Southeast Asia.
Oh
We
my
did
gosh,
2 weeks in Bali. We did a week in Thailand and a week in the Philippines.
that's amazing.
Yeah, unreal experiences, like cultural shocks all across the trip, and yeah, it's something I'll always remember.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. Well, what's one thing that you want to make sure that all of our listeners know about Weber's and yourself?
We're always here to just put a smile on your face. Um,
Oh, love
I
that.
mean, our food products is what we do.
Yeah.
It is at the end of the day, it's just food, and everyone needs food to survive. But we're here to put a smile on your face through good times and through bad. And everything's better with Weber's. You put us on everything or nothing, but the nothing is going to be missing something,
Yeah.
and that's Weber's.
Oh, that's good. I just again, I reached out because first of all, I love your product and I love the fact that you're so committed to our Western New York community, but also sharing the product worldwide. Like it's so I think it's just so really heartwarming to see the fact that you went from the Broadway market to now a massive facility that's only staffed by 7 people, which still blows my mind that you can do that much product with such a small, resourceful group.
Well, 104 years into the business, you go through a lot of ups and downs, but with the
Yeah.
local community taking ownership and really driving us home everywhere they can with friends and family near and far, we're devoted to them for our existence here, and we really want to keep on continuing that road and pushing our brand to the limits of possibilities and dreams. And we want to see how far we can really take this. We are really confident that our products are one of a kind and that can match any region, any regional product, any national product, and we want to share our products with the world.
Yep. Well, I agree. And whatever we can do here at the podcast to help support, we're here for it. Because, like I said, I first of all just love the fact that it's so family oriented. Again, the what you're putting into the community and helping that helps to grow Buffalo too, right? Like it helps to grow our community. So love everything about it.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah. All right. So I have an off the cuff question that I was thinking about asking as we wind down. All right. So every tailgate, Luke, every single tailgate since preseason, I've done a slider. So if I was going to create a slider that features Weber, it's got to be the horseradish mustard because that's producer Ken's favorite. But what would you suggest? Like, what's your go-to, do you think, for like a slider, sandwich type of thing featuring the mustard?
Oh, that's tough. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
a huge like anything with peppers, onions, tomatoes, garlic. I mean, I'm there every single time. Um, One combination that I've actually begun falling in love with the last 6 or 8 months is actually not the horseradish mustard. If you take pulled pork sandwiches, pulled pork sliders,
Yeah.
or brisket sandwiches, put our hot Texan sandwich sauce on there. That is a beautiful combination. And my favorite product is actually our jalapeno mustard.
Right.
It's not super spicy. It actually produces way more of that jalapeno true taste. And I mean, you can put that on anything: dogs, burgers, sausages, you name it, and it's so good.
Oh, all right. Well, so that pulled pork sounds good.
Yeah, pulled pork sounds like the way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, give that a try and let me know what you think.
All right. Well, I'll post it all over social media because it's got to be. It's so funny. Last week. I did a venison sausage that I kind
Oh,
of
okay.
made into like a pepper steak. So I braised the sausage in like beer, and then did peppers, onions, and garlic, and then did like the mustard, and then all of the other stuff on top, and covered it with cheese.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that. I mean, this could be so good.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, Luke, I have just enjoyed this. I've loved learning more about the company. It's just so fascinating to me. The background, like hearing all of that background is just so interesting. How, it, again, started at the Broadway market, had a little bit of it sounds like a interesting few years there until your mom went in and fully took it over. And now seeing what you're doing with the business is just, it's so exciting to what you're bringing into the Buffalo community. So thank you for coming on the show and sharing everything about Weber's.
Yeah, thank you so much, Emily and Ken, for having me. This was an absolute pleasure. I was looking forward to this right when you emailed me the first time. So thank you.
Yeah, for sure. And we'll plan on getting on site and meeting in person to be a lot of fun. But thank you for pivoting tonight.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And let me know when you guys want to tailgate together. That sounds like a good time.
Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah. All right. Well, thank you for producer Ken. Thanks for pivoting tonight.
Oh, you got it.
I appreciate it. And Luke, we actually came over to Go Art. It's a little community center right here in Batavia. The nice thing about Batavia is everything's about half a mile from each other. So we were able to get here despite the snow. Yeah, for sure. But thank you again for being here. I really appreciate it. And thank you to all of our listeners. We had some great interaction online tonight. So we appreciate everyone joining us. And Luke, I hope you'll stay a friend of the podcast because we would just love to stay connected. It's just so fun to see what you're doing and really appreciate you being here.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Have me on anytime.
All right. All right. Well, that's a deal. I love it. And thank you for everybody for being here. And we really appreciate it. Stay safe if you're local. And Luke, go Bills and have a good night.
Yeah, thank you so much. Go Bills.